What is going on, guys, and welcome to another FIFA video. Today's episode is obviously in the Team of the Year grind. I'm doing this straight after the previous episode. I did have to do this recording again because it didn't come out as great as I hoped. So this isn't actually a live recording in terms of my voice, so I'm just doing this after. But you know, we're up to 94 packs. We're in a nice position, and I've kind of been looking at how we can make coins and profit, and also do the Premier League SBC for free. So that's what the video is going to be about today. So what I would normally do is trying to get a lot of the gold commons in early on. So I would put in gold common, Premier League, and 600 coins, and bid on every single card that is below 600 coins on bid. Now you can see here there is quite a few that are going for around the 750 mark, and they kind of sell within the first sort of 5 minutes or so. So we know that as long as we're picking up sort of 600, 650, we're guaranteed to make coins on every single pickup we get from mass bidding. And the actual rune rate of these is actually not too bad, as long as you kind of go to around sort of like the minute mark here. And what you kind of want to do is put in a lot of the higher rated cards into your SBC straight away, so that will get the 79 rated squad and the 76 rated squad done really easily, instead of using like the lower cards where you might have to pick up a few cards to get the rating. So that will kind of save you time there. So relisting the other cards that maybe lower ratings is probably the better way to go around at the start to get the first squad done. So we'd go through and make sure that the high rated players are put in. Now what you kind of want to do is kind of put in about 5 gold commons into your club for every 50 bids that you win. And the reason why you're doing that is because the overall bidding process for this is you need about 30,000 coins to pick up 50 cards on bid at 600 coins. And obviously, as we saw a minute ago, the bidding so the buy now price is around 750, and they're all guaranteed to sell. Now some of these cards might take 55 minutes, but they always go before the end of the bidding. And I've done this you know, a couple of times now to run through, and I've noticed that does happen. If they don't, then obviously you could always actually use them cards in the next run and just make sure that you're listing the high rated ones, and kind of make sure that you're still listing cards, just making sure that you're realizing what doesn't sell, what doesn't sell for the, you know, the 750, then obviously just use in your own SBC, and you'll get the grips of it as you go along. But the majority will sell. I haven't really had any problems so far, so but if that is an issue, then obviously you can do that. But yeah, the whole idea here is just to max out your watch list as much as you can, win as many bids as you can, and trying to get it maxed out to 50. And then you know you're guaranteed around 35,000 coins profit when you sell every card on for 750. So if that's what you want to do, you just want to make profit from this, you'll make 5,000 for every 50 cards you bid on. But what I like to do is put in sort of around 4 or 5 into my club, so that profit margin is obviously narrowed down, and it will leave me with about sort of 2k, 2.5k profit left. And then with that coins, we can pick up a silver. Now, why that's important is because silvers are for the Premier League are quite hard to pick up, but you can pick them up for between 2.5 to 2.7, especially the bronze ones on snipes. So if I was you, I'd try and do that every time you sell off all these cards. Put one in so that you've got that first squad kind of on its way. And you only pick up 7 for the whole SBC. The rest of it can be golds. So all the golds that you're putting into your club will help you clear off that. And then obviously the rare golds you can actually do as well by bidding on them at 650. Most of them do sell for 750, so you can actually pick up a few of them if you want to as well, using the same method, and then putting in whether it's 3 or 4 rares depending on what squad you're doing into your club as well. So that kind of gets you to a part here where you've got a load of cards that you want to relist. Now I'd go to the duplicates first and list them. It may be worth checking some players, seeing if they are going for more than 750. Some do. I've kind of noticed now, the more times I do it, is that the goalkeepers and strikers tend to sell quicker than the other cards. So you may be able to squeak out an extra 50 coins on that, so maybe putting up for 800, and you may get lucky depending on the rating of them cards as well. So just keep an eye on that, and as you go along, you'll kind of work out. But like I said before, I'll be putting in players here like Dele Alli, Johnny, Cucurella, Zuma, and I'll be putting in Sarr as well as the rare. And the reason for that is because you get one of the rares in there, which is going to save me later on. And then obviously they have the non-rares there that are high rated will cover the rating. So any cards that we pick up after this, we'll kind of have the rating covered. and that will kind of really help us to get that done for at least like a free squad, a free hit if you like, because if you don't want to buy the silver straight away, you rather take the 2.5k profit on each bidding session that you're doing. Now, what I found is that I need to do sort of 2 full bidding sessions, so that's like 100 cards bidded on to complete one squad. Now, that might sound a lot, but it doesn't actually take that long. It takes, if you're quick at this, it can take around 2 to 3 minutes overall bidding time for the 100 players that you're going to bid on. Obviously, you can only do 50 at a time, but once you've got the other ones listed, your watch list will clear up and you can obviously start bidding on more. And this method is really, really good because it can constantly be done, and it can be done in between games. So if you don't want to sit around and waiting for cards to expire and to relist them or put them in your club, you can go into an Icon Swaps game, you can do Rivals or anything like that, and you're obviously always winning cards and relisting cards in between games, or whether even if you're not on the console, you could do it on your web app or you could do it on your in your mobile phone. And this method is great if you want to kind of just fill up your club as well, because obviously if you didn't want to do the SBC straight away, you wanted to kind of build up your club with a lot of commons that you kind of made profit on or are breaking even on, then you can fill your club up this way as well. And then once you feel like you've maxed out the Premier League, you can do a couple of run throughs really, really easily. And it's a nice way to get them 50k packs stacked for Team of the Year, and it's really working really well for me. Now, obviously, the silvers are more expensive, so you need to do 100 cards per squad to bid on, and then you want to put in sort of around 8 to 9 cards into your club and then buy the rest of the res just by buying them at 700 or bidding on them at 650. That shouldn't be an issue, and obviously as long as you get the chemistry by the cards you bid on, so keep an eye on positions you're picking up and making sure that you're not putting in too many midfielders into your club, or just making sure you have a variety of strikers, midfielders and defenders. Goalkeeper position isn't actually that important. You can actually just put anyone in goal and you'll get the chemistry overall in that sense. So all we're doing here is relisting every card up at 750, and that will basically cover the profit. So you'll be after tax by picking up at 600 and obviously reselling them at 750. The profit between that is around 112 coins, and if you're doing that enough with the 50 cards, so you're selling on around 45 cards out of the 50 and you're putting your 5 in your club, you're basically covering your cost on them 5 cards by relisting the other cards, if that makes sense. And then obviously the 2.5k left over that you've made a profit on for listing the other 45 cards. Like I said, you could buy silver if you wanted to, and I've found that method doing me quite well. I'm happy to say around the same coins. And it may be worth just keep doing that until you get a load of silvers in your club, and then you don't actually have to worry about that, and then you can make your 2.5k every time after that without having to buy a silver. So it's completely up to you and how you want to go around this method. I've just found the way I do it is that I'm guaranteed to make 2.5k after putting 5 cards in my club and selling everything else. So I feel like it's a good place to pick up silver there. Now, you obviously have, like I said, you have to do 100 bids, winnable bids per squad that you're doing, and you're going to. So that means you're going to have to do sort of 2 lots of bidding on the first one, 2 on the second one, and 2 on the third one. And that's what I'm talking about, is each gold squad that you need out of the 4 requirements. So overall you're going to be doing sort of 6 run throughs. So you're going to have about 600 cards, and you're obviously only going to end up putting in around sort of 30 to 40 cards. Well, it's about just under 30 cards, about 27, 28 cards, and relisting the rest. And that whole gold part is kind of done for free, so that's why it's great. Now, after that, obviously, you're going to go into your SBCs and you can go to the Premier League and you can see all the gold you've got and make sure that you can get the chemistry. So you'll see here that me just inserting the cards into the League SBC for the Prem. And as we close into the video here, you can kind of see the type of players that I'll be putting in. So we have got the 79 rated squad already done in this one, so we don't have to worry about that. We would go on to the 676 where there's only 3 rares needed. I believe I have a couple in my club, and you guys probably will do as well. So, while you're opening these packs, you will get a few Prem cards, rares or commons, so you can also use them as well, depending on what you pack. So all we do is obviously put these cards in. That will give us the majority of that squad done, and we can do another bidding session straight after this one and pick up the same amount of cards, and that will help us finish the whole squad, and that's another squad done. And you just keep repeating this method consistently. But yeah, guys, hopefully you understand. Any questions, let me know in the comments below. Take care and peace.